Ask the Doctor with Michael Lange begins in 10 seconds.
When it comes to your health, are you seeing the check engine light come on more than normal? It's time to get under the hood. It's time for Ask the Doctor with Dr. Michael Lange. Sponsored by Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. Dr. Lange is a board-certified optometric physician and certified nutrition specialist, helping people see and feel better through proper nutrition for 25 years. The doctor is in. Call now with your questions at 877-969-8600. That's 877-969-8600. Here's your host, Dr. Michael Lange.
All righty. Good morning and welcome to Ask the Doctor. Ask the Doctors this morning, Dr. Michael Lange and Dr. John Poser, famous plastic surgeon from the Gainesville, Ocala, Tampa Bay Villages area. So once again, you're listening to Ask the Doctor. This is sometime in September 2024. If you're new to the program, who's Dr. Lange? I'm a board-certified optometric physician. I'm a certified nutritional specialist. I am also have degrees in psychology and physiological optics. I founded Lange Eye Care and Associates March 15th of 1993. We opened 14 large eye care centers in Florida and 3 LASIK surgery centers. And I'm the founder of the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. Also, I'm the lead investigator and the founder of Fortify Vitamins. So who better than to host Ask the Doctor? So I've been here hosting Ask the Doctor since April of 1993. Folks, that's over 31 years. So if you got a question regarding your vision, eye care, or nutritionally related topic, or today, anything having to do with cosmetic surgery, plastic surgery, reconstructive surgery, and natural ways to actually maybe help to minimize fine lines and wrinkles, improve hydration of the skin, and things of this nature, you can give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. We got a big show today. And I'm going to welcome my guest. Wow, he's almost a co-host because he's been doing this quite often recently. Dr. John Poser, MD. Dr. Poser, good morning. Thanks for being on the show this morning.
Good morning, Dr. Mike. Thanks for the invitation. Always fun to be here and discuss interesting topics, especially nutrition that you're an expert in, along with eyes and now plastic surgery today, too.
And Dr. Poser, just let everybody know where you're located and maybe a phone number for your office as well.
Yeah, I'm located in Gainesville, Florida. Been there for 40 years. Also, I'm in Dr. Michael Lange's office building, 3101 Highway 200 in Ocala. It's the building that says My Eye Doctor. And then I'm also opened a new office in the Villages recently. So I'm in the 3 locations. My number is 352-372-3672. That is 352-372-3672.
Awesome. All right. Once again, phone lines are open. We are live this morning, 1-877-969-8600. And Scuba Scott's here, too. He's kind of like my Ed McMahon. You know, those who used to watch Johnny Carson. Good morning, Scoobs.
Good morning, Dr. Lange.
Is everything okay?
Everything's good. Thank you.
Getting a lot of work done over there.
I am.
How's that weight loss going?
It's going good.
Fantastic. You're looking good.
Thank you.
And those of you that are Scoobs, he's kind of like a power lifter. That boy can bench press more than just about anybody on the planet. I'm bragging about
The old
him.
days.
The old days. He's still pretty strong. All right. Let's recap a little bit. Last week we had Kenny Fry on from Nodal Vision, and we were discussing early detection of macular degeneration. And folks, those of you that have the dry form of macular degeneration, this is very interesting, very exciting technology. It's called the Adapt DX Pro. Okay. Actually, that's not Kenny Fry's. We're talking about this first, then we're going to talk about Nodal Vision. But the Adapt DX Pro is a device that we have in the Lange Eye Institute that does dark adoptometry. Okay. We did talk about this a little last week, but this is a different company. And the key really is early detection. If we detect disease early, and Dr. Poser is aware of this as well, early detection for just about any disease is very crucial, isn't it?
Preventive medicine is much better than making a diagnosis after it's too late. So that's what a good doctor is. It can find out what the disease is a little ahead of time or the symptomologies and treat it before it gets worse.
Absolutely. So Adapt DX Pro. If you got dry macular degeneration, ask your doctor if they have this technology. If there's a family history of decreased vision or macular degeneration from some disease, you may want to run this test. If you have poor night vision, reduced night vision, this is a test that can actually detect macular degeneration over 3 years before we can see it in your eye. So once again, early detection is key. It's called the Adapt DX Pro, and we do it at the Lange Eye Institute. It's kind of like a virtual reality headset. It's got AI technology in it. Also, the Foresee Home monitoring system is pretty new. We were involved in some of the early studies with this device years ago, and this is a device that improves functional vision outcome. This is an at-home monitoring device covered by your insurance. So isn't that pretty cool? So if you have a macular degeneration, early to intermittent macular degeneration, it's almost like having an ophthalmologist and optometrist scanning your retina every day in your house. You look into this device, and it looks at and it develops a protocol that sends to some ophthalmologists that are monitoring your retina. And if there's any change, they alert the doctor that's doing it. So they'd alert me, Dr. Lange at the Lange Eye Institute, or Dr. Summerton, or Dr. Caputi, whoever is doing it. And so the key, once again, is early detection. This can help detect the dry form of macular degeneration turning into the wet form. And they put it and install it in your house. It's totally free to you. It's called Foresee Home Monitoring. If you're in the villages, you have macular degeneration, come on by the Lange Eye Institute, see if you're a candidate for this. And then finally, before we go to the next call, actually, we had a few people on hold. We'll take you back if you call back. 1-877-969-8600. If you got a question for us, give us a call. 1-877-969-8600. There they go. Call them back. One more thing we're going to talk about, and we're going to talk about this a lot in the near future. The most amazing technology, really, the most amazing breakthrough in technology for macular degeneration is hopefully going to be FDA approved soon. They're using this in Europe right now. It's made by LumiThera, and it's a photo biomodulation treatment for dry macular degeneration. It's called the Valeda Light Delivery System, and it uses 3 series of lights, okay? 3 series of lights, no laser, no heat, no injections for dry macular degeneration, and the studies are pretty promising. Dr. Poser, what better for the people out there with dry macular degeneration to have something that we can do in the office? It's just a series of lights, very non-invasive, that actually can reverse, the studies show, reverse drusen, which is macular degeneration, and improve visual acuity by up to 6 lines.
That's wonderful. I remember when my dad had it, and he lived to 92, but the last 5 years with macular degeneration really kind of hindered his progress. So something like this is really great for people that have this, which is, I don't know what percent is it as you get older, 50 to 60 is pretty high.
Well, it's the leading cause of vision impairment and legal blindness over the age of 50. So macular degeneration is serious, and we do talk about nutrition and lifestyle adjustments to help macular degeneration, and we do a lot of this at the Lange Eye Institute. All right, we're getting loaded up. We're going to take some calls. Let's go first to Steve in Clearwater. Steve, good morning. Welcome to the program.
Hi, how are you doing this morning?
Fabulous. How are you?
Do you know what happened last week on the national level that had to do with people's eyes? Did you notice that?
I must have missed out on that. I was in New
after
Orleans at the Tulane game.
I give Steve.
Well, here's what happened. There's something very mysterious happened. Trump had a rally at Tucson, Arizona. After the rally and during the rally, several people that were sitting, I believe it was on the left side and back of him, had to go to the emergency room because their eyes were burning so badly. And there's a whole bunch of people who had to go to the emergency room. They have not figured out what happened to these people yet, but it looks like some kind of energy hit them. You can look this up on the internet. They're investigating it now. But I think what we could do is that people who understand ophthalmology and stuff, if they could figure out what bandwidths of radiation could cause these symptoms of both the skin of the face, which was burning. They said one side of their faces were burning, and their eyes. And then they could map where these people were sitting. We can figure out where this came from. And I will check into this. I'm going to work on this during the week and get back to you next week.
Well, that's interesting. Let us know about that. But it was probably the bug man. Remember when we were kids, we used to play, the bug man would drive down the street and they have that fogging machine for mosquitoes. And we're running that fog. That was a chemical. And that's probably why everybody's getting cancer now. Maybe the bug man cruised around the neighborhood right before that.
I don't know, but it's very, very strange. I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of those things, the insecticides are better now, but the old ones they used to use were a lot more harmful because they in fact were mutagenic, whereas to now they have to. Now what they do is they pretty much use, they affect the bug's nervous system, and they use transmitter systems that humans don't have. So they're much safer than they used to be.
All right, Steve, you always have some great questions. Research that and let us know the answer next week. All right,
Okay,
Steve?
okay, bye.
Thanks. Have a good one. You know, Steve always has questions that kind of make you go,
What's going on?
Right. Steve, we call that genius, Steve. They can't measure his IQ. It's so high. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. We're broadcasting from Salem Media this morning here in, I was going to say the Villages, but when we're in Tampa Bay, beautiful, kind of close to downtown Tampa Bay. We're on the outskirts right by the airport, Salem Media. So give us a call, 1-877-969-8600. And it's like good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because we're broadcasting all over the world via social media and coast to coast via a multitude of radio stations throughout our great country. So the phone number for Fortify Vitamins is 866-503-9746. If you want to order any of the vitamins that we talk about, you want to find a little bit more about what's going on, you can call Charlene today at 866-503-9746, or you can always go to the website. The website is very educational. When you go to the website and you click on something like, say, Fortify Focus, and you want to see the science behind it, go to the science section, and it will show you all the evidence and the studies, why we put each nutrient together in a particular supplement. It's all evidence-based science. So that's fortify.com, Fortifie, fortify.com, Fortifie. Also, Tammy found 40 bottles of Focus Sport that expire next month. So we're going to do a BOGO on that. Buy one, get one free. Focus Sport is the same exact supplement as Fortify Focus. We just put a different label on it and call it Fortify Sport. And that's for people that are more into athletics. They might buy that because it says sport on it. So this stuff does not expire in a month, all right? The best buy date is a month. It will not expire after that, but I don't want to sell them after the expiration date. So if you come by the Fortify Nutrition Center today in Clearwater, and I think, they're open now, Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater, we've got 40 bottles of Focus Sport. So you buy one, you get one free. I will be there today, all right? I'll be there today about, 1 to 3. So I'm going to be at the Fortify Nutrition Center from 1 to 3. And Dr. Poser's welcome to come if you would like. If he's bored, he can come and we can talk about plastic surgery too. He'll probably think about that. But he might have something planned. He might be playing, 48 holes of golf.
Well, I don't know which one's more fun. Probably being with you, Mike.
So remember, Focus Sport is going to be buy one, get one free today at the Fortify Nutrition Center on McMullen Booth Road in Clearwater, Florida, only, not online. We still have probably one more week's supply of the advanced retina formula that's buy one, get one free online. So those of you with macular degeneration, you want an AREDS 2 Plus formula that has additionally added astaxanthin and resveratrol and less zinc and natural vitamin E. Then the Fortify Advanced Retina Formula is a BOGO, buy one, get one free online at fortify.com still. We don't have many of those left. And once those are gone, you're going to have the regular non-dated one that isn't expiring in a few months. So take advantage of those deals. All right. Once again, phone lines are open 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Also, those of you out there that are cognitively declining as we mature, all right, or those of you that are on a computer a lot in a high stress position, young, doing a lot of video gaming, you may want to consider focus and brain. So it is our focus, our Fortify Focus, but we've added a patented trademark form of acetylcholine called cognizine. And so focus and brain has lutein, zeaxanthin isomers, astaxanthin, and cognizine. I was the first in the world to combine all four of these into one supplement. I got to tell you, my mom, Betty Lange, she's almost 97. She's been on this supplement for 3 years now. And I swear her degeneration, her dementia has improved. You know, when you sit with her and talk with her, you would not know she has some dementia now, where before she'd be sitting at the table and they should be thinking she's on a cruise ship or something and waiting for Captain Steubing to sit down at the table with her from the Love Boat. Remember that? So focus and brain, in my opinion, really does work well. I take it. It improves night vision, improves reaction time. It improves working memory. Those moments, Dr. Poser, we all have these scoobs. We all have these moments where you're going into the kitchen to get something and you get in there and all of a sudden you think, what am I doing in here?
Yeah, that's happened to me. As I get older, it happens to me a little bit more than I used to. But I have to admit, even when I was in my 20s, after a little fraternity party, I had problems too in the morning.
Me personally, when I go into the kitchen, I know what I'm there for. But when I go into the garage sometimes, I forget what I'm doing in there.
All right, Scoobs. Scoobs likes to eat. Let me tell you, Scoobs is not only a power lifter, he's a world-class chef. A lot of people don't know a lot of things about Scoobs. And we call him Scoobs because he used to own a big scuba company and he likes to scuba dive. All right. Once again, phone lines are open. 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Also, we are expanding the Lange Eye Institute. We're opening up the North Wing at the Lange Eye Institute. We're going to have 10 more examination lanes, state-of-the-art equipment, another waiting area that can sit 45 to 50 people. It's going to be amazing. We start the build out literally in a few days, and we will be open the latest January 1st, probably before January 1st. If you see me, I will be on the new side. Somerton and Caputi and any of our other doctors are going to be on the side of the Lange Eye Institute we've always been on, but I'll be on the new side. And we're developing this for actually a macular degeneration treatment center for this new technology we talked about for dry macular degeneration. So since we're expanding, we need more help, folks. So if you are looking for a job and you have any optical experience, any optometry experience, any ophthalmology experience, or you want to learn, you might want to send me a resume or go by the Lange Eye Institute and drop off a resume at the Lange Eye Institute. I'll give you my email. It's idude92@icloud.com. I'm going to spell that for you. idude92. That's EYEDUDE 92@icloud.com. And that's the letter I and then it's cloud.com.
Hey, Mike, you're also bringing back your son in 4 years too, so he needs more room.
That's right. Logan Lange will be an eye doctor, an optometric physician in less than 4 years. And then Mackenzie Lange, she's at Tulane and she wants to go into sports medicine. John, we've got about 8 years to convince her to go into ophthalmology.
Well, she may not want to do what her dad does, and she was a great athlete in volleyball, so she may relate to that. And
that's true. I just want her to be happy.
Yeah, whatever she likes to do.
So, and athletic is very important. Working out, exercise, it's something we don't talk enough about. But Dr. Poser, as we age, we need to exercise as much as we did when we were younger. And quite frankly, most people are very sedentary, especially after they retire.
Well, that's a problem. I know a lot of people who played sports. In fact, one of my best friends who was a probably one of the top 10 athletes in the world. Played baseball, football, major league. He never worked out after 32. He just stopped, and I never could figure that out. But yes, his muscles did atrophy, and he still keeps his body habitus, but he lost a lot of strength. So to all the people out there that think you're too old to work out, nobody's too old to work out. I saw a lady on TV. She's 95 running track. So it's never too late.
Right. And if you need a little help, we developed Fortify Fit Pro. Fortify Fit Pro is a combination of multi-nutrients, collagen protein, grass-fed whey protein, MyHMB, German Creapure creatine, betaine anhydrous, L-citrulline, peak ATP, and vitamin D3. That was a lot to say really fast, but this combination of nutrients enhances muscle synthesis, strength, and endurance and energy. So I've got a lot of patients that are developing sarcopenia, a lot of people that are on this GLP-1 receptor drug to lose weight that are doing very well taking the Fortify Fit Pro, because it gives you the nutrients necessary to combat against muscle loss from aging and from these GLP-1 receptor drugs. Also, a lot of young athletes, world champion athletes, are taking the Fortify Fit Pro. So it's not just for people that are young. My mom takes it once a day, and she's almost 97. So consider that. And the studies with the ingredients that are in Fortify Fit Pro, obviously it works better when you exercise, but studies show it can build muscle and strength without even exercising. What do you think about that, John?
Well, I think it's a very important point, because they're finding that people take Ozempic and these drugs to lose weight. They lose 40% of their muscle mass, which is really very unfortunate. So your protein is very important to take, and they prove that you can build your muscle up without exercise, which is great, but you build it even greater if you do exercise.
Amen. So exercise is important, sleep is important, and all of this helps weight management, because exercise helps you lose weight. Believe it or not, sleep helps you lose weight. There's a study with women that slept 5 hours versus 7 hours. The women that only slept 5 hours had 35% more body fat than the women that slept 7 hours.
Wow.
Huh. So women that are trying to lose weight, get 7 hours of sleep. Hopefully that works with men. I mean, not God. I wish I could get 7 hours of sleep. I don't know. John, do you get 7 hours, 8 hours at night?
Depends when I go to bed.
God, the other night, Monday night, I went to bed at 4 and I got up at 6. So I only had 2 hours, but I got a lot of work done. I get a lot of work done. Sometimes I think you get behind when you sleep.
There are some people that, you require 4.5 hours sleep for your REM sleep. After that, it's just kind of dozing. So I found when I was in medical school, if I could just get 4 hours of sleep, I could actually function. But if I didn't sleep at all, it was pretty hard to function.
All right. Phone lines are open. I see we've had a few people calling in, and I guess we haven't been able to retrieve those calls. So give us a call. We will take your call next. 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. All right. I see somebody chiming in on Instagram. I can still see that. It's Beverly, and she's got a question for Dr. Poser. I have very, very baggy eyelids, and it affects my driving ability because they're baggier in the evening, and I work a night shift. I think it says driving home at night. I almost have to hold my eyelids up. I saw my local eye doctor, and he said it wasn't bad enough for surgery. Huh.
Well, obviously, it is bad enough for surgery if it's affecting you that way. And what I found is insurance only pays for one operation for eyelid obstruction. That's the eyelid itself or the brow itself, but not the two together. Often people need both together to have a result. I just saw a friend of mine, he's an orthopedic surgeon. The doctor just did his eyelids, but his brow's hanging down, like he looks like a puppy dog. So I said, come on, you have to have that done too. So what you need to have a test, a visual fields test. And one thing about baggy eyelids, it's very dangerous driving if you can't see laterally. So a lot of times people come in and they brush a car and get an accident. It's not because they're a bad driver, because they can't see the car next to them.
So that brings up a really valid question, and you touched a point on this. So a lot of times, people that have baggy eyelids will go to their local ophthalmologist, and they'll do a good job. They'll do the lids only, blepharoplasty, because they have dermatochalasis or baggy eyelids, but the lids are still hanging down in their line of sight. They did get rid of the baggy skin. They look better, but the functional ability is still not there. So that's where plastic surgeons and oculoplastic surgeons come in play, because you can do a brow lift, right?
Well, the point I made before was insurance dictates now what doctors do, unfortunately. If they said, well, do what you have to do, doctor, make it better, look better and also see better, they do brow in the eyelid itself. But since they only pay for one, the doctor goes, I'll do that. Then they quit, even though you need something else. So you got to remember that you might want to pay a little extra just to get it done at the time of the first operation.
Right. And we're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to talk about an estimate of prices too for some of this, but let's go to the phones. I think it's Bronya in St. Pete Beach. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning. This is Branya. I'm actually in my car driving downtown, but I tuned into your show, and I'm not sure if my question is appropriate for your show, but it has to do with my husband's optic nerve damage.
Okay. Ask the question.
Okay. He's been, for the last 20 years, had optic nerve damage, and he's had surgeries, and I wanted to know if there's any new studies or anything to maybe correct it. I mean, there's no healing for it now. We've tried everything.
So let me.
Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, let me ask you this: is the optic nerve damage from glaucoma, from optic neuritis, from ischemic optic neuropathy? What is the optic nerve damage from?
It's from glaucoma.
Okay, and is it in both eyes or only one eye?
One eye is almost legally blind now. He can't drive anymore. He's 79, and he still can work on his computer, and he has, microscopic glasses that Dr. Huggett made for him, where they have like a microscope on the lens.
Right, Ed Huggett, very, very good low vision specialist. He's the man.
He's wonderful, but now he can see TV. Before, he couldn't even see the people on TV. And so now he can watch TV, but he is losing. I mean,
So is his eye pressure under control now? And is he seeing a glaucoma specialist?
Totally. He has a really good glaucoma specialist at the Florida Eye Institute, Dr. Martino. And he's checked every 3 months. And the pressure stays down, but to me, it seems like he's getting worse because, I mean, he has no peripheral vision.
Right.
If I'm walking next to him, he bumps into me.
So
not too steady.
There's something I would Branya, there's something I would recommend. Now, this is not a treatment. This is not a cure. It might not do anything. But I developed a supplement. I am the first in the world to develop a supplement that takes something called myrtaginol, which is a combination of bilberry and pine bark extract, and we add something called Numintix, made by Kimmin Industries. Numintix is a spearmint extract. The myrtaginol has been shown in double-blind, placebo-controlled studies to bring the intraocular pressure down even more, especially when combined with your current glaucoma therapy. So it works in concert with glaucoma therapy. And then the Numintix, which is really very exciting, the spearmint extract has been shown to actually help with neuroprotection of the ganglion cells in the nerve fiber layer. And that is what dies off in glaucoma. So I would definitely have him on one of those a day. It's called Fortify Eye Pressure and Neurocognitive Support. You can go to the website at fortify.com and you can click on it and look at the science section and actually see the studies. So I recommend that to all of my patients or anybody with any optic nerve damage, whether it's from optic neuritis, ischemic optic neuropathy, a stroke, anything like that. I recommend it because who knows what we're going to find out with this nutrient, later in life, but we know it's extremely safe. I take it. I don't have any optic nerve problems. I take it because it also enhances night vision and reaction time, and it helps working memory. So it's called Fortify Eye Pressure and Neurocognitive Support.
I just pulled over because I'm driving. So what is your website?
Okay, so it's fortify.com. That's FORTIFEYE.com, fortify.com. And the supplement is eye pressure and neurocognitive support.
Eye pressure and neuro, N-E-U-R-O.
Yeah, neurocognitive support.
How do you spell cognitive?
Cognitive, COGNITIVE, cognitive support. And you can get that on the website, or you can go by my Fortify Nutrition Center in Clearwater, right on McMullen Booth Road, and get it today. I'll actually be there from 1 to 3 today.
I can't make it that far today because I'm in St. Pete Beach, but I'll go when I get home. I'll give him the information and let him go on your website.
Yep.
Is there any number he could? I guess there would be a phone number on there if he had any questions.
Yeah, I'll give you the phone number since you got a pen and you're not driving anymore. Here, write the phone number down.
Hang on, I just started driving again.
Okay. Well, it's on the website. The phone number's on the website.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Have you heard of any studies? He heard of one study with rats that they're trying to heal the optic nerve, and it's so far it's working in rats, but they're finding some side effects. Have you heard of anything like that?
Well, it's interesting. The original studies for this new Mintix and this supplement were done in rats and mice, and it showed that when those rats' pressure in their eyes was extremely high, they iatrogenically raised the pressure to a level very, very high. The rats that ate the feed that had the new Mintix in it had no loss of vision, no ganglion cell loss, no optic nerve death. And the rats that didn't eat the feed with the new Mintix lost vision and their optic nerve died very quickly. So this is the only thing that I know, and it's an FDA-approved nutrient, and we're the first to use it in a supplement. Once again, it's not a treatment, it's not a cure, but if he's losing vision like that, I sure as heck would start taking it because it's the only thing that we know of from a nutritional standpoint that may be beneficial. Also, I would eat more fish, and maybe have him take a good omega-3 fish oil as well, because omega-3 fish oil has been shown to help improve circulation to the brain and the optic nerve, have a little bit of neuroprotective effects, and help lower the intraocular pressure as well.
Yeah, he's been doing all that for years, and he takes all these Chinese herbs and all of that. And I was wondering, is your program every Saturday morning?
Yes, ma'am. Every Saturday, and then they run it on Sundays and Mondays, and they run it all over the country and really all over the world during the week.
What time is it on Sunday?
Sunday, I think it's on at 11 o'clock, 11 to 12 on 9:30 a.m. locally. And then that's in Sarasota also. And then on Mondays, I think we're on from 6 to 7 in the evening. And in the Tampa Bay area, that's 10:40 a.m. And all that's on the website, too. If you go to the Fortify website, go to the section, Ask the Doctor. It'll tell you all the times and all the radio stations.
Would it be this same program that was running?
It'll be because I only do live from 9 to 10, sometimes 9 to 11. And then it's the same show tomorrow and the next day. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'd like him to hear this call. So I'll.
All right. And then also you can go to my YouTube channel, just Dr. Michael Lange Ocular Health channel, and it'll be posted on YouTube 2 hours after this show. So you can watch it and listen to it on YouTube.
Oh, great. Well, there's a lot of information. I'm not going to remember everything, so I'd like him to hear it. Thank you so much for taking the call.
All right. Well, thanks for the call, and you drive safe.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. You know, Dr. Pose, that's what the show's all about, reaching out and helping people as naturally as we can.
Yeah, I agree. This is the best way to go. Your nutrition center is one of the best centers I've heard about, and the vitamins are the best maybe in the world in some areas.
Well, thank you for that. We've done a lot of research and I've been doing this for a long time. All of our supplements are evidence-based. Anything that we put in a supplement, there's a reason for it, why the ratios we put in. It's fully transparent. Folks, when you look at a supplement, it says blend or a proprietary blend. I would avoid that because they're not proud of what's in their supplement. And a lot of people say, oh, well, they don't want somebody to copy their supplement. Trademarking a vitamin supplement is ridiculous because all somebody else has to do is put 1 or 2 milligrams more of a nutrient in it. So trademarking does not guard a particular supplement at all. But they can take you to court. Nobody likes to go to court. All right, phone lines are open, 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. If you're in the Ocala, Gainesville, Villages area and you want to see a expert in plastic and reconstructive surgery, that's Dr. John Poser of Poser Plastics. And his phone number, I'll give it to you twice, for Poser Plastics is 372-3672. That's 352-372-3672. And he is in Gainesville at Poser Plastics. He's upstairs in the old Lange Eye Care building right on State Road 200. It's the only 2-story building on State Road 200, right across from the mall, right upstairs. And Dr. Patrick Watson, neuropsychologist, is upstairs as well. The Lange Nutrition Center is upstairs. Dr. Yang and Dr. Yang, who are MDs from China, and their acupuncturists are also in the Lange Nutrition Center. Here, more medical. Michael Moore is up there. And then Reboot, Anti-Aging Wellness Center, Reboot is upstairs. And they do colonics and IV vitamins and hyperbaric chambers and things like that, all on State Road 200. All right, phone lines are open. If you got a question for Dr. Poser or me, Dr. Lange, give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. Anything we talk about in this program is for educational purposes only. It is not a replacement for medical evaluation or an eye examination. So remember, we touched base on Fortify Focus and Brain. We touched base a little bit on Fortify Fit Pro. We touched base a little bit on the new Fortify Eye Pressure and Neurocognitive Support. And we're talking with Dr. Poser about plastic surgery and eyelids. And we just mentioned, you have your eyelids done. Sometimes you need a brow lift also to really have the total package to increase visual performance, visual awareness, peripheral vision. Sometimes just the eyelids is not enough. So Dr. Poser, let's say somebody, they don't qualify for insurance, or insurance doesn't qualify them, and they want to pay cash to have an eyelid procedure done. And then they want to do a brow lift too. I mean, it's not $25,000, is it?
No, I mean, here's the situation. Before Medicare in the old days, people actually paid, with cash, and that was like any other business. Then Medicare came in, and then everybody's saying, well, will my insurance cover it? Well, the insurance is now going to dictate what you get, as I said. So they only pay for one. And if you don't qualify for the test, the visual fields test, even though it bothers you, you won't be able to get the operation. But yeah, like any other business, if you want to pay for it, you can have it done. It's not like you can't get it done because insurance won't pay for it. It can be done under local too. You don't have to go through the whole harangue of, going to a outpatient surgery center, getting IV started, being put to sleep for something as small as eyelids or eyebrows. It's not much more difficult than removing a mole from your cheek or something, to the plastic surgeon anyway. So if you want something done, you didn't pass the test, you still can have it done. Just come in and have it done in the local. If you want a little Valium or something, you can have that and just bring a driver and they take you home. It takes about 30 minutes and it's over.
And it's done right in the office.
That's right in the office. I have an OR, large OR in Gainesville and a smaller OR in Ocala. It can be done there, no problem.
And I know you don't like to talk about prices, but a lot of our listeners are biting at the bit. Approximately what's it going to cost? I mean, if a ballpark to do just eyelids and then eyelids and a brow lift, what are you thinking?
Well, usually, upper eyelids cost about $1,500, and then you take off maybe $500 for the brow. So it'd be like $2,500 for upper eyelids and brow.
Wow. And what if they get a lot of people have these bags, chemotic areas underneath their eyelids? It's all black and swollen looking. And you can remove that too, can't you?
That's more for looks than it is for vision. But obviously, people don't like it. They look tired, and sometimes the red blood cells break down. You get iron staining of the skin, and people don't like that either. So that can be done under local too. It's all everything around the eye can be done under local, and it can be done together. The price for that is usually around $2,000. So let's say you had a upper eyelid, brow, and lower eyelid, it'd probably be around $4,500.
Right. That's not that bad. And now here's something that everybody gets. And Scoos was just bringing it to my attention here. So as we get older, even if you're not overweight, but especially if you're overweight and then you lose a lot of weight, people get a turkey neck. Okay. And I mean, women hate that. So how simple is that to get rid of that? I mean, is that something you can do and make these, get rid of that turkey neck so they're not having this gobbler hanging down on their throat?
Yeah, that seems to be the number one problem, more sometimes with men than women. But what it involves is simply a little excess fat developing in the chin, especially in the midline of the chin, and then the platysma muscle. It's a very fine muscle that kind of holds everything together, but that loosens too and drops down. That's where you see the turkey neck kind of hang down. That's platysma muscle. So actually, once again, this can be done under local. This like going to the dentist. And what you do is you simply liposuction the fat out of the neck, which is part of the problem. And you can actually re-inject that fat in lips or cheekbones or someplace where cosmetically pleasing. But then you just simply after that make an incision in front of the ear, behind the ear, and you attach the platysma muscle to the sternocleidomastoid fascia, which is that big long muscle behind your ear, and it tightens up like a hammock being tightened up. So you get rid of the fat. And you also get rid of the loose platysma muscle that hangs down.
Fantastic. That answers your question, Scoops. All right. You're listening to Ask the Doctors. Give us a call at 1-877-969-8600. That's 1-877-969-8600. One more time, 1-877-969-8600. And somebody here on Instagram is asking me, Dr. Lange, a few weeks ago, you talked about foods not to eat together, and you gave a few examples. Please repeat. I did not write them down. All right. So there is a few foods you do not want to combine. So never eat a fruit that when you cut it, it turns brown with berries. So that means apple, banana, and pear. Apple, banana, and pear. Do not eat with blueberries, strawberries, raspberries. Do not eat with berries because those fruits that turn dark have something called polyphenol oxidase, and that blocks the absorption of flavonoids that are in the berries. I'm not saying don't eat, bananas because they're very good for you, or apples or pears. Just don't eat them with blueberries, strawberries, and blackberries. I used to take a banana and blueberries and use my Fortify grass-fed whey protein and make smoothies until I learned from this latest study that that's not a good thing. So you can put all berries and some organic kale with your grass-fed whey protein and blend it together and you're fine. You can have a fruit salad, just don't have the blueberries, strawberries, and other things with the pears, bananas, and apples. Also, especially you macular degeneration patients out there, do not eat carrots and sweet potatoes with your greens or carrots and sweet potatoes with your eye vitamins. Do not take any multivitamin with beta carotene in it. Beta carotene binds to binding sites on carotenoids in the xanthophyll family like lutein, zeaxanthin, and astaxanthin and decreases the absorption. So I just tell my patients with macular degeneration, just quite frankly, avoid a multivitamin and avoid carrots and sweet potatoes. Now, if you want to eat a carrot, sweet potato every now and then, that's fine. Just don't make a habit of eating a lot. And if you have a little celery and it has some little carrot pieces in it, I mean, a little coleslaw, some carrot pieces, don't worry about picking them out. It's not going to hurt you. Just, I don't want you to make a habit of eating lots of carrots and sweet potatoes if you have macular degeneration. All right. We still got time for some calls. 1-877-969-8600. 1-877-969-8600. Remember, November 16th is our fall festival at the Lange Eye Institute. We're going to have music. We're going to have food. We're going to have lots of vendors with booth setups. We're going to do live radio remotes. I don't know if it's going to be a country western theme, a 50s theme, a 30s theme. I'm not sure yet. Maybe Scoobs will bring his 44 to the big event. I don't know.
I got a big youth going to be at the show as well.
All right. So remember, put that on your calendar. November 16th, Fall Festival at the Lange Eye Institute in Villages. We usually have 5,000 to 6,000 people show up, and we're going to have huge discounts on all the Fortify vitamins. So it's always worth the drive. I mean, people come from Atlanta, Montgomery, New Orleans, and they load up on their vitamins because of the big deal that we're going to have. So that's November 16th, Fall Festival at the Lange Eye Institute in the Villages, Florida. Remember also, we are hiring at the Lange Eye Institute. So if you're interested in a job, and we will train you, but if you have any experience in eye care or optical, that's even better. Send me your resume at eyedude92@icloud.com. That's EYEDUDE 92@icloud.com. Or go by the Lange Eye Institute and give the resume to one of the managers there. Maybe give it to Debbie. All right. The phone number for the Lange Eye Institute, I'm going to give it to you twice, and then I'm going to give you the Fortify phone number. So get a pen and paper. And the phone number for the Lange Eye Institute is 352-753-4014. That's 352-753-4014. And the phone number for Fortify Vitamins is 866-503-9746. That's 866-503-9746. Remember, today, if you go buy Fortify Vitamins, you can go there right now. We have a BOGO, buy one, get one free on Focus Sport. That is Fortify Focus. It's just a different label. It expires next month. Folks, these don't expire. They're good for another 2 years easily, as long as you don't keep them in the trunk of your car. All right? So that's a buy one, get one free on the Focus Sport due to short dating. And then lastly, remember, the Advanced Retina Formula. This is probably the last week we had the BOGO on that. It's also got short dating because we're going to be out. And then we'll have the new dated, but take advantage of the buy one, get one free. Dr. Poser, you do a lot more than just eyelids. I mean, you do complete face and complete body, reconstruction and plastic procedures, right?
Yeah, I kind of consider plastic surgery in a way like skin movers. So we do all kinds of things that involve skin, flaps, body lifts after weight loss, breast reconstruction, that sort of thing. So for all those people who lose weight, obviously it's not just the face, it's your arms, your inner thighs, stomach, sometimes even, back or bra area. So we actually tighten up a lot of people. They come in for 2-stage operations. They say they lose 100, 120 pounds. Obviously, they have a lot of extra skin that has to be removed, and we do that. But it is under general anesthesia, and it's a big commitment. But when you see those people on TV and they say, I lost 150 pounds, they look good. Well, they all had removal of skin by a plastic surgeon somewhere.
Right. All right. I see somebody didn't want to be heard on the phones, and they have a question. I guess they were shy, like Scuba Scott.
I'm not sure.
So they were shy, and they wanted to know the difference, which to take for the macular defense vitamin, the one with zinc or the one without zinc. So that's a great question, since we started talking about macular degeneration at the beginning of the program. So we have one. I developed 14 revisions of this supplement over the last 20 years. It's called Fortify Next Gen Macular Defense and Fortify Next Gen Zinc-Free Macular Defense. So based on years and years of studies and DNA studies that we did and a post-FDA approved study after the AREDS 2, we've come to four questions we ask our patients. Are you on a diuretic? If you're on a diuretic, you need to take the Fortify Macular Defense that has the zinc. Otherwise, you can take the zinc-free. Are you a vegan? That means you don't eat any animal products at all. Then you take the Fortify Next Gen Macular Defense, not the zinc-free one. Do you have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease? If so, you take the one with Fortify Macular Defense, the one that has zinc in it. And then lastly, do you drink a lot of booze? And what I mean, do you drink more than 2 glasses of alcohol a night? Then you need the one that has the zinc in it. Otherwise, everybody else, zinc-free. It's called Fortify Next Gen Zinc-Free Macular Defense. Dr. Poser, the music's on. This hour usually goes very fast. I want to thank you for being a guest on Ask the Doctor. We're going to have to do it again real soon.
Always fun, Mike.
And remember, you can see Dr. Poser in Gainesville at Poser Plastics. You can see him in Ocala, right there on State Road 200 and in the villages. Of course, we can always hook you up with how to get in touch with them. I want to thank everybody for tuning in and listening to Ask the Doctor. I'm Dr. Michael Lange of the Lange Eye Institute and Fortify Vitamins. With that, I want to wish everybody a wonderful Saturday afternoon, and God bless you. God bless America.